Howdy, I hope you had a great day. Silver Trade here again with another video. Utilization is back over 80%, GameStop's borrow rate jumped over 10x today, and the Chicago short volume is back. And I don't know if you can tell, but this was made with AI. Please remember, none of this is financial advice. We are not financial advisors, and this video is made for entertainment purposes only. GameStop's utilization is at 80.73%, represented by this orange line. And just a quick refresher, stock utilization is basically a way to measure how many shares available to lend are actually being used. Imagine there's a library with like 100 books. These are shares available to lend. If 90 people borrow those books, then the utilization is 90%, or 90 out of 100. Utilization tells us how in demand those borrowable shares are. High utilization can mean lots of short interest and no more ammo left to borrow. And that definitely checks out because today GameStop's borrow rate, which lately has been sitting at under 0.5%, jumped all the way up to almost 4%, which I know still doesn't really sound like a whole lot, but it went from 0.3 to 3.8. Typically, we'll see it continue for at least a couple of days. Chicago's short volume is back. Literally, the day after I called out missing CHX short volume or Chicago short volume and deduced heavy shorting consistent with regulatory deadlines for GME and Roaring Kitty's Chewy side quest, CHX short volume magically reappears, showing us insane short volume as predictive. Sort of. Coincidence?
I think not!
Now that data is reported, it's quite clear that there was a rather large explosion in short volume last week for both stocks, particularly noticeable on the charts. Other notable highlights: GameStop had 76 to 113 million short volume on Thursday, June 12th, and 25 to 42 million short volume on Friday, June 13th. Curiously, GameStop's $2.25 billion convertible note offering with an initial conversion price of $28.91 is roughly 77.8 million shares. Very close to June 12th's 76 million short volume. Was the entire offering shorted right from the beginning? Could be bullish. Historically, both GameStop and Chewy have had small upward movements in the days after the CHX short volume went missing. The yellow lines mark the days with CHX short volume missing. As for GameStop, we can see also that the prior short volume spike, which is dwarfed by the current one, was on March 27th of 2024. C plus 35 days later appears to be the start of something quite interesting, peaking a couple of weeks later. C plus 35 days today would bring us to July 21st of 2025, which is just a couple of weeks after 7/8/2025, or 420 days after the May run-up's peak. Yesterday we talked about how GameStop is in a 420-day cycle. And I'm thinking that we see the cat come back around this date or before this date, and that's why he's been getting Reddit achievements, unpinning posts, and shaking the bushes, as we call it. But we haven't actually seen him yet. So here in the next month, I almost expect us to see some pretty favorable action. I can't even describe to y'all how much I appreciate all of y'all's love and support. Thank you guys so much, and if you wouldn't mind, please hit that like button. I hate asking, but I literally have to. But thank you guys so much. According to a user, possibly an employee in the GameStop sub, the company reportedly has SKUs for renting game tables by the hour. If accurate, it's an internal shift that confirms GameStop's shift into more experimental retail. In terms of potential impact on the bottom line, let's say they charge $10 an hour, get 8 bookings a day, and roll it out to 300 stores. That's maybe 8 to 9 million in annual revenue. Not huge, but not nothing. If they layer in events, retro tournaments, or even memberships, it starts to look more like a hybrid collectible shop and local hangout. I've also seen rumors and theories that GameStop might buy out Dave & Buster's, and that's why in the video Something Is Coming, it looks more like an arcade. And Dave & Buster's is only worth about $4 billion, but they are in $3.5 billion worth of debt. You remember whenever we talked about how there was one employee that accidentally put a few staple marks on a few Nintendo Switches, and GameStop quickly fixed the problem for those customers. Today, GameStop posted, Switch 2 restocking at GameStop today. Staples not included. I love their PR team. And on every single Nintendo Switch 2 that GameStop sells, they're only making about $10 to $20. But the console sales drive a ton of foot traffic. There was 1.3 million shares worth of GameStop purchased on the dark pools in after hours, totaling about $31 million. And remember, this video is made for entertainment purposes only, and everything I say should be seen as a total joke, but I would be absolutely blown away if we did not see Ryan Cohen buy some shares soon. While GameStop is at $22 per share, 90% of their market cap is backed by their Bitcoin, their cash on hand, and their assets, and it's a profitable company. And this next quarter will be GameStop's biggest blowout yet. The Push Start Arcade is the Pokemon Company International office. Valve is located at 10,400 Northeast 4th Street in Bellevue, Washington. Behind them, the Pokemon Company International. To the left, you have a charge port charging station, which looks like a Pac-Man logo, and to the right, you have a SoulCycle, which has a yellow circle logo similar to the burger's logo. Outside, there is a lamppost to the left, a sculpture of white boxes, a grate behind it, and two pipes above and behind the sculpture. White boxes and two poles behind it. The bottom line on the GameStop box has a line of white text on a black background. The Pokemon Company's international logo is also black and white with a black background. Now take off your tinfoil hat and put on your full body tinfoil suit. The cafeteria in Pokemon International has red seats, yellow tray to the left, and a garbage cans to the right. The red seats are what look to be the arcade machine here, with the yellow tray on the left. And maybe a trash can, but really looks more like an arcade machine to me. There are 4 Pokeballs in the cafeteria, which can also be faintly seen in the Push Start Arcade. They're very faint, looking at the reflection in the car and the ground. I don't even know if this is going to show up in the video, but that is a white dot with the white bottom and the red top, and it is incredibly, incredibly faint. And then here's another one. And if you really look at it, I mean, yeah, black, and then the white on the bottom and red. At the end, the tagline push to start, pull to enter is shown. Pull could refer to pulling cards, which is a common term when opening packs. We've talked about this before, but is GameStop hinting at something to do with Nintendo? Don't forget, in the reflection, they had Roaring Kitty's hang in there picture from when he went to court. Could this be GameStop telling us to hang in there, or is this a hint at the cat himself? In the door glass of the arcade over the Buckbuster poster, I saw the Stonks background and Walter White. When Googling for Walter White memes, I realized it looked like his I win phone call. I've seen other people say that this looks more like Thanos, as in, fine, I'll do it myself. On May 29th, with only 16 million volume, there was over 400,000 failures to deliver, which is kind of mind-boggling when you think about how markets are supposed to be structured on supply and demand. When you look in the stars on GameStop's latest video, if you look really close and you're pretty good with star patterns, you'll realize that it is Orion the Hunter's constellation. The best quality in the world that you can develop, and I give this to you because I've made it my life's habit to develop this quality myself, and I hope I've got it. I don't know for sure, but the quality is to develop the mindset of being unstoppable. Make the decision that you can be tired, you can be worn out, but nothing is ever going to stop you. Thank you so much, and God bless.